All right. Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining us. For those of you that are new here, I'm Melissa Gratz. Welcome to our Zoom call. We run this call in conjunction with, we run this call together in conjunction with the leadership team and Andrea Hatch, Tammy Frazier, Anna Hughes. Welcome. We are so happy that you are here. Happy October 1st. Happy holiday collection launched. Exciting. Anybody that needed their Griswold RV, you were able to get it. It didn't sell out by 3:15 a.m. So that's great news. I will tell you though that if you do have orders for those, to not hold them. So if you have a hostess or you have a customer that is, hold on. If you have a customer or a host that is waiting to close their party and they want an RV, you may want to do, Anna, didn't you just do that? What did you do with your host? You had her go
I
ahead and order it.
I have her party set up. Even though her party is actually not until the beginning of November, I set her party up already, and then I placed an individual order through her party on the workstation just to ensure that she would get those items because she wanted the RV and she wanted that marquee warmer. And all you're going to do is just place it as an individual order and attach it to the party. So that way, at least those purchases will be added to their entire party order whenever you're closing that party out, so they get more host rewards. So yeah, they can't use their host rewards to get those items anyways, but that way they're getting the credit for it now.
Yep. And that's exactly what I was going to say. You can't use host rewards on those licensed items anyways. So you may as well go ahead, place the order, get them in, and then and secure those, and they'll still count toward the party total. But anyway, all of that to say that reminder, the holiday collection is while supplies last, just like the harvest collection is. And so don't hold on to those orders, get your orders in. All right. Today we had Andrea updated the weekly update to reflect everything current to October 1st. So that is live. You can visit togetherwescent.com/weekly update, or Anna, is yours?
Theflashcommunity.com/update, I think is what it is.
All right. So you can access it from either one. It's fine. It takes you to the same place, but that will give you the running. Here's everything that you need to know right now. In addition to that, though, we'll call your attention to just a couple of things since it's October 1st and they did release some news articles today. We want to make sure that everybody's up to speed. So, new apparel available in the consultant store. That got added since the last time I looked at the news tab. So new apparel is available in the consultant store while supplies last from October 1st to October 14th. Due to the limited quantity, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So new apparel. So check the consultant store. Also, clearance tab would have been refreshed or changed today. So I don't know if you're like me. I have a reminder in my phone for the first of the month. Check the clearance tab, see what popped up in there, see if any of it is my customer's favorite fragrances or something that somebody has asked me about. You never know what's going to pop up in that clearance section on the first day of the month. And so, so check that clearance section. Hold on one second. Can you stop, Marin? I wasn't muted, was I? Awesome.
Nope.
I hit the mute, but obviously my arrow didn't. Well, now you got to see mom mode. Aren't you
Yeah.
glad I don't talk to all of you like that on Tuesdays? Okay. Registration will open soon for World Tour. New Scentsy Club subscriber exclusives will drop, or have dropped. New consultants can start their business for $40 in October. So you can see a picture of that kit. And what comes with it, the fragrance tester set. I'm not going to read it to you, but you can see that $40 kit that is on the news tab. By now you've probably heard that there's a temporary whiff box packaging change because of the exclusive item coming in the whiff box. It won't fit in the standard whiff box packaging. So there's going to be what everybody's calling the ugly box for the whiff box. It's just a different packaging for this upcoming whiff box. Okay.
You mentioned World Tour and how it's opening. Just a reminder, the Cheers to 20 Years task this month is to register for World Tour.
Yes. Yes, it is. Thank you for bringing that up.
You bet.
Okay.
Melissa, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
I was in Scentsy Club. I don't currently have a club, but I was trying to find the exclusives. And every time I click on it, I start a club and then I click on it and it tells me I have to be logged in. Well, I was already logged in. So how do you see them if you don't already have a current club?
I don't know that you can.
So you have to have a current club to see all the exclusives.
You have to have a current club and then they populate.
Okay. Because I started a club, but I haven't hit send on it yet, because if I want an exclusive in my club, I want to be able to add it, and I can't add it yet because I don't have an existing club already. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Cindy did just confirm you do have to have a club in order to see those things.
Okay. So it's kind of a bummer if you're starting a club, you can't see them. You wouldn't be able to order in your first month from any of the exclusives then.
So you
Correct?
actually can't add the exclusive stuff to your club. It's like a separate order. You just have access to the stuff. So you don't actually put the exclusive items in your club. You just have access to those items. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
it
put
does.
it like through your PWS, because I ordered exclusive items today and I was also able to add clearance items and order it all on one order.
Okay. Can somebody screenshot the exclusives and put them on Together We Scent so we can see what there is?
Cindy, do you remember what they are, or do you remember what? I can log in really quickly.
There's a picture of it in the update that I sent.
Okay.
Of all of the things.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Thanks, Rand. Okay. Anything else we want to call attention to?
Just real quick about World Tour, just because Minta was asking if World Tour is the same as SFR. And so I just clarified that it's a bite size of SFR. So you'll have a 1-day training in lots of different locations all over on different days. Many of them are happening on the same day, but there could be on different days. And so they'll be in different places rather than one big one for lots of days or several days. So it's a really great experience. If you've never been to SFR, it's a really great way to see kind of what this is all about. And if you have been to SFR, then you know how powerful just one day of us being together and being immersed in the Scentsy world can be. So it's awesome. You should do it.
How much? World Tour, I believe they said it's going to be $80. $80. Okay. Anything else that came in through the chat?
Nope, not yet. Guests are 40, Patty says.
Perfect. Thank you.
I will quickly add that I've been back for enough in the States for 2, and each time I brought a guest, they reinstated their account, and they've been really great consultants ever since. And they've said if I didn't go to World Tour, I probably wouldn't come back, but because they felt everything and heard everything. So try to get guests to come, past consultants, customers, anybody. Yeah, just a tip.
Yes. Good tip. And in fact, even if they haven't been consultants before, bringing a guest and, you kind of catch that Scentsy spirit.
You know, the one that you kind of cheeky always go, you know, you should do this. I know. You know, you should do this. I know. Bring them. And I've paid for my guests because I'm like, no, I'll pay, but you're coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Great plug. So information will come out. I mean, as far as which locations our group members will be attending, and you know, if you have never attended World Tour, we will try to connect you. If it's not a location where the majority of us will be attending, we will work to connect you with others at those locations. And if you are going to the ones where, you know, we will be at, then obviously you'll be with all of us, but nobody goes to World Tour, if we can help it, and is alone. So just letting you know that. So, but it's a good time. It's a really good way to experience a Scentsy event, and to be in a room filled with Scentsy consultants that share your excitement. It's awesome. So,
Melissa, we could probably make a post on Together We Scent and have people put like what state that they are going to attend. So even in Together We Scent, in the same post, we can see. So then we can hook people up together. Or if we know people outside of Together We Scent, like when Josh Martin went, I was able to tell him, hey, you need to meet up with this, or, you know, different people.
Yep. Yeah, that's a great idea. And yes, they did add some locations. So there may be a location close to you that wasn't previously open or available. So, okay. What else? I'm just trying to think.
No.
And Jackie, you're more than welcome to make that post and say, where are you planning to attend World Tour?
Yep, I'll do it.
Great. Anna, what were you going to say?
No, I said you're good. Everything's caught up.
Okay. All right. So it's October 1st, as if you didn't know. But now is truly, truly getting into the thick of people's minds are going to start flipping to the holiday season, right? September is kind of that gateway to the fall, gateway to the holidays. October is, and historically, October has been the best, or in the top two of the best month of the year, or in the top two best months of the year, October and November, for our selling season, our sharing season. People are getting into gift buying mode, and they're going to start closing up their, closing up their windows and wanting to use fragrance. And so we have to be prepared. So the other day, and this is a full transparency moment. This is actually what sparked tonight's topic for the call, right? There's typically something that sparks a topic. And so I'll give you my full transparency of, I went to the grocery store this past week, and I was wearing my Scentsy hooded sweatshirt, and the cashier asked me if I sold Scentsy. And I said, yeah. And she said, do you have a business card? And I said, well, give me your phone number and I'll text you my information, which I like to do better because then they're in my phone rather than me giving a business card. I want them in my phone. So she did. She gave me her phone number and I texted her. But what I would have done in that moment is go to my car, into my mobile office, pull one of my catalog packs that I do, and probably in her case, a scent circle. And I would have walked it back in there and said, and this is better than a business card. This will bring you up to speed on all things Scentsy, and I'll be in touch. And inside, you guys, a lot of you have seen these. Many of you have. And let me actually make myself bigger for just a moment. Okay. Most of you have seen these. These are my little catalog folders. In here, I've got the catalog. I like to put both. I've got Boo Crew and the new Stacked Pumpkins monthly flyer in there. Back here is Harvest and Holiday brochure. And then I have the rub and smell stickers, and my little, this is just a Melissa little add-in. I love bucket lists. And so my bucket list is holiday on one side, fall on the other, just a little added bonus. This time of the year, I was actually thinking of doing some recipes in there instead of the bucket list, just something fun. But anyhow, the reason why I couldn't go out to my car, a Type 7 edition, the reason I couldn't go out to my car and grab this is because I hadn't made them up yet for the fall again. The first batch that I went through from my events and I went through them and I didn't make them up again. And so I was literally caught unprepared. It happens to all of us. And I was caught unprepared. And so now this week, I'm going back to see her and bring her this. But what I would have done is if I had been prepared, go out to my car, grab the necessary items and go back in and give them to her. So what does that mean? That means asking yourself, what are you prepared with if you had that same exact situation as me happen? Because I will tell you what does happen to me, and this is why I do know better and should have known better. I just didn't take the time to restock my mobile office. But what happens this time of year is, it happened to me last fall and last holiday season, I was wearing Scentsy gear everywhere and I was getting stopped. And I was able to have people come to the trunk of my car and do a deal. Okay. I was that dealer over the holiday season. But in order to have that happen, I needed to be prepared. Now, that isn't to say that you have to have stock to do this, but I would guarantee that each of you have at least one Scentsy item that you would be able to carry around with you for demonstration purposes. Okay. Hopefully, you have a set of testers. I would hope. And somebody asked the other day what these were used for. A consultant asked what these were used for. I'm not poking fun at that consultant asking that question, but what it did is remind me that everybody needs to know what these are and how they're used or why we carry them around. Because this is how people can smell the fragrances and place orders with you. You do not have to have one of every 80 bars in stock in order to be successful with Scentsy. That's why Scentsy does do the transition set of testers. So this is every scent that was added to the fall winter catalog that wasn't a part of spring summer. So all of the fragrances, I think there's 55 because I think 25 of them stayed from the spring summer. So 55 testers in this transition set. I take a set of these in my car, and that's why I'm so happy the weather is changing. I don't have to worry about them melting so that I'm prepared. And this is something that I did a long time ago, and I got away from doing it as I typically do. And now I'm thinking of going back to it. This is not to tell anybody they need to go out and spend any money, but maybe you've seen this idea. Maybe you like this idea. Maybe you have these at home because you used to sort photos. And so you have some. But anyway, these photo kits where they're just the containers come out and they're made for putting photos in. These are excellent for sorting the testers by category. And then when you carry your tester set around, you can pull out the category and find a scent faster. Because one of my pet peeves in carrying them around like this is that if somebody's standing at my trunk and wants to smell pumpkin roll, I have to fumble through the bag to find pumpkin roll. Now, of course, I'll make it fun, being like, ooh, this isn't pumpkin roll, but you have to smell this one. This is white pumpkin and driftwood, and it's one of my favorites, and I love it. Smell that while I'm looking for pumpkin roll. Of course, I would make it just fine. But anyhow, that's just one way you could sort your testers in something like that. And it doesn't need to be in something like that, but maybe you would prefer it by category, and so you could sort them out. what else is in my mobile office? I have scent circles that I take with me, that I have some that are labeled and I have some that are not labeled. There's labeled ones, but then there's also non-labeled ones, so that, and Anna, you want to chime in and say why? Because it was your idea. It was your idea.
Go ahead.
So that you could actually write a note to the person you're handing it to on this part and write your name and phone number. It looks more impromptu. It looks not as premeditated, that you're just handing these out like candy. It actually looks like you're giving a gift, and you can make a personal note to them written right here on this card and put your name and your information on it. So that's why I have some scent circles that are not labeled. Sometimes it's not necessary for me to do that. I know the person or whatever the case is. And so I do have some that are already labeled just in case. I can't see, I'm not seeing anything that's coming in the chat. So Anna, if there's anything to add in.
Yeah, everybody's just comparing what they do with their testers as far as using little baskets, or if we do those things with circles. I will say, after you've been doing this for a long time, you do end up with a lot of extra testers. And if those scents don't come back the next season, one of the things I like to do with them is I will use them as emergency wax. So this says retired wax tester, emergency wax. I still smell great. Just remove lid, flip upside down in a warmer, and melt out the wax. And I will hand these out as a little, has my information on it. So if you do feel like, oh my gosh, I have all these extra testers, these are a nice little thing. And even if they don't throw this in their warmer and melt it, they're not going to throw it away, and your information is on it. So that's kind of fun too.
Yeah, that is the little psychological tactic, is that people may not use it, but they also will think it has value and won't throw it away. And so it's almost an emergency business card. Yeah. And so it ends up in a junk drawer, but they at least still have your information. I have order forms with me. I have pens, of course. I have one of each size of the light bulbs. So 3-pack of one of each of the size of the light bulbs. I have some note cards in case I want to write somebody a note when I go back to my car, and or for whatever reason, but I have note cards that I can write on. And then I have a mini fan in pods, a wall fan diffuser in pods, and a mod warmer with 1 pack of wax. That's my little travel kit that goes around with me, because I'm not going to travel around with a bunch of warmers. One, because I'm not the intention is not to carry a ton of stock with me, but it's to have an example or a sample of something in my car. And so I've chosen the mini fan, the wall fan diffuser, and the mod warmer as my 3 items that I will have traveling around with me. And of course, I always have a bottle of counter clean with me, just in case. And that, of course, came from a customer stopping me and saying, oh my gosh, I need more counter clean. I said, you're in luck. I actually have 1 bottle with me. And so anyway, so I have a bottle of counter clean. But think about what you have on hand. Think about, as you are closing out orders over the next month, your host rewards that you've accumulated from pooling orders together. Think about what your mobile office would look like. What would you like to carry around with you? Probably your favorite products, right? We all always like promoting our favorites. And so gathering those items and corralling them somehow in a canvas tote, or for me, I have this little organizer. It's a car organizer that I can keep all of my stuff in. Of course, I've got catalogs. I have the harvest brochures. I have some of the holiday brochures, and I have the scent and warmer of the month flyer, and then the rub and smell stickers. Pretty much the same items that are in my little catalog folders. I have a couple of each of those in here as well. Oh, and I always take a fragrance flower with me. And if you haven't seen this little trick, this is something that we do. These little wood slices that you can buy in bulk on Amazon, they're like little wood slices call them coasters. Some people call them wood cookies, whatever you want to call them. I give one of these with each of my fragrance flower purchases because on the back, it has my information. So it's a sticker on the back of the little wood slice. And it says, enjoy your fragrance flower. Pop this fragrance flower onto this coaster to protect your surfaces. And then it has my information. Anna designed this label. It sticks right on the back of the wood coaster. And because they are going to throw away the bottle when it's done for the fragrance flower, but maybe we'll hang on to the little coaster. So, or they'll throw away the packaging. And if my information was on the packaging, they might throw that out. So I wanted to have, give them something that still had my name on it. But I do travel around with a fragrance flower, especially during the holiday season. So these are always a great product to have with you. What else? What else do you guys put in your mobile offices? How are you preparing yourself to be stopped in a parking lot or stopped by a cashier? Go.
One of the things I do when I go to the movies is I have a little bag with a sample and stuff in it. And I always keep washi tape, and I also keep a Post-it note, and I keep a Sharpie in my mobile office because I will washi tape on the back of the bathroom stall doors in the movie theater. And I write on the note, congratulations, you've won the potty prize. Take this, it's yours.
I've
So-
heard that played at home parties. I have not heard it played at the movie theater.
I don't know. Because if you go like before, it's kind of empty. After the movie, it tends to be busier, but there's usually a quiet time you can get a couple done. Or in the airplane bathroom, or
That's creative. That is creative. Thanks, Patty. Kim.
So, hello. So, I had the other day, I was pulling into the post office on Sunday, and there was a real estate agent that was putting out her sign. She just barely pulled into the post office just to put it out, and then she was going to run it. I ran all the way back to her. Once I got parked, I ran all the way back to her. I grabbed her car. I said, I sell Scentsy. It's my side hustle. I would love to partner with you. All I had, and like you, Melissa, I'm like, dang it, I didn't have one of those packets that you taught me. And but I had my business card, and I ran it back to her, and I said, I would love to partner with you. I said, I don't know what type of gifts you do for your clients, your listing appointments or closing gifts, but I'd really love to partner with you. She goes, I am so glad you came up to me. I need to do, as a real estate agent myself, I need to do that. And you have now inspired me to do that. She said, I just can't believe, and I know I've left her alone. That was on Sunday. But she was so excited and so thankful. I don't know that she's going to do anything per se, but I planted the seed. I got her business card, and I'm going to wait, maybe by the end of this week and just say, hey, just wanted to touch base. It was so great meeting you. I'd love to get together and do some of those ideas. So that now has inspired me I need to have that on the go, because even though she was putting out her open house signs and she didn't have time to, gravitate, I could have at least ran over there besides my business card and showed her a couple of things. So I just wanted to, don't ever worry about running up to somebody, because you never know where that opportunity is going to strike. And I put it in her head that she, as a real estate, that is her business, and that she should do too what I went out of my comfort zone and did. So hopefully that helps and inspires you guys to do something like that too.
Well,
not like, but
I love that, Kim.
Nicely.
It also makes me think of when you do reconnect with her, saying to her, basically in your own way, but saying to her, I had said I want to partner with you, but really what I want to do is I want to elevate your business to your clients.
Oh yeah, that's great. I'm gonna write that down.
I want to make you stand out. I want to partner with you to elevate you. It's not what's in it for me Tim.
Mhm.
It's how can I provide a solution to her? And as a realtor who has clients that she is
Mhm.
welcoming home all the time, you have the ability to make her look really good. And so
Yes.
when you reconnect with her, it's all
Mhm.
about what you can do to elevate her,
Sure.
not what
Okay.
she can do for you.
Yes. And I'm
Yep.
usually pretty good at that word salad. but you know what? I love that because I would have been a word salad because that's who I am. And I'm so excited to meet you. So I'm going to use that because I think that would be, because I know that we never want to say, oh, partner with me so you can, yeah, Patty. But you never want to be that, hey, you're going to help me grow my business. No, but I love the fact that you said, how can I elevate what I can bring to your business, what I can elevate and help you. And I love that.
It's all about her and not about you.
Yep.
Yep.
Good reminder.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Kim. Mary Jane.
Just by thinking out of the box, I do this with the real estate ladies, but I started doing it like about 6 months ago with my car guy. You go get your oil changed or maintenance, and it's just really worked out well. I just asked him, I said, do you ever give any gifts away or anything like that for a referral? Do you have any kind of a referral program? He said, no, I don't, but it's a great idea. Sometimes I'll just buy him a Starbucks coffee gift card. And I said, well, how about if I make you some packets and gear it towards cars? I said, give me a price that you want. And he said, how about $10 gifts and $20 gifts? So I put them together and they're grand. They're going really well. So I do the car mini fan with the pod, and I can buy all the same. It doesn't matter because we're going to all different people. So when they had that special for, I think it was, what was it, $9? You got the mini fan and a bar and a pod. Well, I ordered like 15 or 20 of those. And that's like let's see, $25 thing. And I got it for what, $9? So I could give it to him for his $10, and so when he gets down to 4 gifts, he says, okay, get me 8 more, get me 9 more. So I just have them ready and take them over. But thinking out of the box, like your dentist office, do you have a referral program for people that refer people? I mean, it's not just real estate. So I mean, if we really sat down and just thought about different things that we can do, what about, do you have a cleaning lady? Have your cleaning lady take a little pod or a little something to her next. Just say, you know what, drop this off to your next house. I'll give it to you for half off if you want to get them a gift. So it's just thinking out of the box.
Yep. I love it. Thanks, Janie.
Mhm.
I wanted to share something too. It's not in my car, but it's at my desk at work. I have the pictures for Greece. Oh my God. Dang, Melissa, make me little again. I have the pictures for Greece on my desk, and I had a coworker ask me today what it was for, and I said I'm earning a trip to Greece, and so it's just a reminder. I have to look at it every day. And she said, "What can I do to help you get to Greece?" And I said, "You can have a party," and so she booked a party.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome, Jack.
Yep, I was excited.
Yeah, in fact, that it's funny that you say that. On the back of my rub and smells this season, so on the front of my rub and smells, it says, I am working hard to earn a trip to Greece. And on the back of my rub and smells is a postcard from Greece to my favorite customer. Rachel Pence had created this initially, and then I just changed it, tweaked it to make it my own, make it sound more like me. But I've actually been asked about this by 2 of my different customers that said, I want you to go to Greece. And so, yeah, putting it out there because people do pay attention to things like that. They really do. So anyhow, You share the postcard. Yeah, we will find that there's a Canva template for that postcard. Yes. Remind me again, probably tomorrow, Taylor, if I forget on Cubicle. Remind me. Okay, I can't see if you raise your hand because I can only see one of the two screens. I can't tell if you're raising your hand. So just, is there anybody else that wanted to share something or say something? What you're doing, what you are, if nothing else, what I want you to think about when you leave this call tonight, I've said it multiple times. I want you to think, would I be prepared in the parking lot if someone asked me about Scentsy? That's what I want you to think. What am I prepared with going into the next 3 months? And how can I keep that replenished, stocked, refreshed, add things as they come in or as you sell things, whatever. But I want you to ask yourself, am I prepared if somebody stopped me in the parking lot because I had my Scentsy sweatshirt on or whatever, fill in the blank. I'll just call on people. Well, I will say then, Carol, congratulations on your work wife joining Scentsy. I saw your post. Congratulations.
She's actually on the call.
Ah,
Heather
look
is
at that. That's awesome. And she just joined us.
literally a few hours ago.
That's fantastic. Well, welcome, welcome. We are so glad that you're here. Congratulations, Carol.
Thank you.
Okay, who's that was like a commercial break while I was waiting for one of you to raise your hands. That's what that was.
Well, I do take our black and blue bag that's insulated, and I have catalogs, scent circles, business cards, and the the pamphlets that we get. And I actually had a Scentsy let me just say this though. Would I be wearing a Scentsy apparel if I didn't sell it? I think that question just anyways. So I went into the gas station. It's like, oh, do you sell Scentsy? And anyway, so I have a party booked with the gas station attendant. So yeah, so we'll see.
It
does. I know.
Works.
It does work. The question though, really though.
Yeah, but here, I'm going to defend the question.
Okay, good. Please.
There's a lot of past consultants that still wear their Scentsy gear.
Okay.
So, but I'm with you. Like, do you sell Scentsy? Hey, I love that you asked.
Yeah.
I love that you asked. But, well, by golly, I sure do. I sure do. And
for any of you that feel like you don't have a lot of things to be able to put in your car, I will say this is my favorite scripting and I've used it for years and I will tell you that it works. And if somebody says, hey, do you have a catalog on you? And you say, oh my gosh, I'm the worst consultant ever. Why don't you text me your address and I'm going to send you that and some samples in the mail? Because if they do that, now you have their phone number and you have their mailing address and you kind of recovered a little bit. So there's that.
Something else that I've done very kind of similar to that, because I usually have packets with me all the time, but once in a while, I always have business cards with me. And so if nothing else, once in a while I get asked and I'm like, if you do me a favor, if you text me your address and your name, I will put some goodies in the mail to you. It's happened to me twice, only twice, but each time it was at a drive-through window. And by the time I left the parking lot, they had already texted me. So sometimes it pays not to have stuff.
And Jody, haven't you had people run up to your car window and tap on the window because they saw your sticker on your car?
That's funny.
Me? Yeah.
I was going to say.
I have my license plate is Scentsy too, though.
But you weren't, You weren't the story of a police officer coming over the loudspeaker and asking if you sold Scentsy from behind you, are you?
No.
Okay. Okay. I couldn't remember if that was also tied to you or not, but
No.
you just tell people that you sell Scentsy without telling people that you sell Scentsy. Because half the time I'm just going about my day. I forget I even have the Scentsy sweatshirt on, and I'm going about my business, just getting some milk. And somebody asks me, and I'm like, gosh, this just reiterates for me every single time I'm wearing Scentsy clothes everywhere I go.
Well, and I would also say too, like having it on your car is super important because I get asked a ton just based on that. For example, today my coworker was like, "Oh yeah, my husband was in Southfield, Michigan yesterday, and he swears he saw your car because it had like Jack something on the license plate, but there was no Scentsy on the car." And he said, "I don't think it was her, but it reminded me of her." And for a coworker I've only worked with for 2 months, for her husband to know I sell Scentsy. And I want her to sell Scentsy. So he's already paying attention, and I tell my team too, brand your car, you know. I mean, unless you love your car so much that you can't brand it, but who cares? Just
or unless you drive terribly and you don't want people calling you to tell you so.
Well,
I mean, there's that too.
Whenever I cut someone off in traffic, I'm like, Jack, your name is on your plate and your car. And then I'm like, well, now they know I sell Scentsy.
And are in a hurry. Awesome. All right, you guys, we are at the top of our time, or the end of our time, top of the hour. Rand, would you like to give something away tonight?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
I'd like to do that. Okay, here we go.
Who's getting the thanks for coming to Zoom award tonight?
Josh Martin.
Look at you, he almost doesn't believe it. He leaned in. He leaned in to read the paper.
It's there, I promise.
Oh, congratulations, Josh. That's great. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you so much. Happy October 1st. We do have virtual cubicle tomorrow, as we always do, morning session and an evening session. I want to tell you something. Don't hang up yet. We have Thursday night shift on Thursday this week, bonus training for you if you're able to get on. But here's what I want to tell you. Next Tuesday night, we have a special guest from Scentsy's home office that is doing our training for us next week. And we will be talking all about a topic that you'll be interested in. That's what I'm going to tell you. So Scentsy, there's someone from Scentsy home office who is amazing, incredible, awesome. And that person will be with us next Tuesday. So mark your calendars and have a fantastic rest of your week. Great to see you all. Thanks so much.